Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie Pate, and Stephanie has asked me to make a series of videos to help everyone with creating their own website to start getting traffic and to get listed on Google so that when people search for a travel agent near them, that they'll start showing up in Google rankings like I am. So this video is going to kind of highlight everything that I'll go over either at the end of this video or in some other shorter videos. I'll see how I'll break it up later. What you're looking at right now is my website that I've created, and I've done a lot of things on here that I've learned over the years on how to create my own website to get ranked on Google. So you need a lot of words, you need a lot of pictures, and you need a lot of content that's going to keep people on your website. You don't want people to click on it, see what you can do, and essentially be on and off of it in 10 to 15 seconds and then on to another person's website. You want to try to keep them engaged on your website, have lots of stuff for them to click on, lots of videos for them to see, pictures to see, and then you also need to know how to create certain keywords that Google's looking for when they crawl your website or they start, looking on your website with their bots. They're looking for certain keywords that are going to help you get ranked in Google for a travel agent. So there's a lot of stuff to go over. I may not be able to cover everything in every step of the process. So I will say that if you ever wanted to contact me with questions and stuff, that I don't mind sharing a couple little tips and tricks here and there. But this is actually what I do full time as well on the side. I do business coaching and life coaching. So I'll kind of quickly show you right here. I've got several websites. I've got several companies that I've created. One of them is my life coaching. So I call it Promise Life Coach. I'm listed on Google. This is another website that I've built. When you get at least 5 reviews or more, you can add Google's reviews onto your website. It helps with linking, so people can see like, oh, okay, so they're an authoritative person. They've got all these written reviews. They can see the clients and stuff. But what I'm doing for you today is essentially what I charge people to do for business coaching. So as you can see here, I do business coaching and help with helping create a business name, web address, business keywords, the search engine optimization, social media, DIY accounting. I've got a long list of things here that I can help people with. I've done this with a couple people already. And then at the bottom, you can see all of the businesses that I've created. I've got Delivered Fitness, which is my personal training business. I've got Delivered Soccer Trainer, which is my soccer training business. I played soccer in college, played amateur for a little bit and tried out professionally over in Europe. And then I do my travel planning and I link all those. Those are links, so they'll pop up and you can see that website. It's being a little slow right now. You can see here another website for my other business for personal training. And again, I've got my reviews here. Now, I've been doing this business for about 6 years now, so you can see I've got 34 reviews on Google. I get 3 to 5 emails a week from people that have searched for a personal trainer on Google. And then they go to my website, they read through all of this, they read my About Me section, they look at my photos and all my services and stuff, and then they want to contact me. So they go here and they fill this out and they send me an email. And then they want to know, how can they get started? Not to mention I also get phone calls and text and stuff. And I don't have to really pay for that. All I do is I pay, an annual fee to keep my website going on GoDaddy, which can be around $100 total for the entire year. My listing on Google is completely free, and I do no other advertising for my personal training business at all. So I get all my clientele currently is completely free. The same is true for my other business, Promise Life Coach. I'll just open it in this same tab. So you can see, same thing. They go here, they go to contact, they shoot me a message with all this information, and I automatically have their name, email, and phone in order for them to send me a message that they are interested in my services. Okay. And I get at least one a week for life coaching that emails me. And again, I don't pay for advertising with this either. There's lots of other websites online that you can list your services, and you can pay for that, weekly. It could be anywhere from $25 to $100 a week to get listed, and you can get even more clients. And I could show you all that. I use those in the beginning for my personal training business, but I've developed my website in a way to get enough traffic that I don't need those websites anymore that list personal training businesses. So I don't have to compete with those, and I don't have to pay that residual weekly and monthly cost for advertising. So I'll kind of get back to like the bulk of what I want to focus on with you all is the process of creating a website and what you need to do. So the biggest, most important thing you need to do is consider how it is that you want to get your clients. And the majority of those clients are going to come from Google search. Okay. You should already be on social media trying to get free clientele through social media. The next step to that is getting your clientele through Google search. And what's great about this type of advertising is that you're getting leads that are actually interested in booking and planning a vacation. So your percentage of actually booking that client is way higher than someone that you get through social media who, let's say, sees your post and is like, oh, I'm kind of possibly interested in going to Disney. So then they want you to give them a quote, and then you quote them and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that expensive, or my kids aren't quite old enough yet. And then you've kind of wasted your time on those clients. You're not as likely to actually book for them. So when someone actually takes the time to go to your website, and for me, I have a forms part where I said free quote. So if someone takes the time to fill all this out with all their information, they're highly likely to actually use you for their vacation. The only thing that I've found if someone doesn't end up using me is because maybe I don't do a good enough job of reminding them, hey, I'll match whatever you may find on your own. But you still find people that just want to compare what they've already found on their own. And then they find out that you can essentially get the same price and not much better, then some younger people are less likely to use you unless it's for like a park. So if it's for Disney or it's Universal, those people are much more likely to use you if they've filled out the form on your website, because they know how complicated those vacations can be and how many tips and tricks there need to be in order for them to have a successful, fun vacation. So what I'm going to do is kind of show you here with a Google search. The first thing you need to do is set up an account through Google and an account through Google My Business. So you can do that two different ways. You can go straight to Google My Business. You can just search in the search bar, Google My Business. And then it'll show this, and you can either sign in if you already have a Google account, or you can hit Manage Now to create an account. Okay. Once you've done that, you'll log in and you'll be able to create your own business through Google My Business. And then by doing this, you'll start showing up in search engine results. So for instance, here's all the businesses that I have listed with Google My Business. I've got my Deliver Fitness personal trainer, I've got delivered soccer trainer, I've got promised life coach, and vacationing travel agent. Okay, so I can see those profiles. So if I click on this, hold it down, I'm going to open a new tab. This is what it would look like if someone put in delivered fitness personal trainer. Okay, they would see my website here, they would see my Google Maps listing, and then they can expand here for my full listing. It'll show them where I live, like where I'm located, because I have a home gym. Show my website address here, phone number, all that stuff. So you don't have to have, a website to get listed, but you're not really going to show up when you're when someone's looking for a travel agent. So what I mean by that, if I were to go up here and just type in travel agent, and hit search. The first thing that's going to come up is actually Google Maps. And then after Google Maps, there's the natural Google listings here. Well, on Google Maps, I'm at the top because I'm literally at my location. Now, if I were doing this search from 10 miles away, I probably wouldn't be listed number 1 on this list. I'd be probably in the top 5 still. But you can see here, I'm at the top, vacationing travel agent. Okay. Now, if you don't have a website, you're less likely to be at the top of this list when someone searches for you. You'll be way down here. Okay. Especially if you're in a big city and there's tons of travel agencies and travel agents, then you're really going to struggle. And it really honestly might not be worth your time to create a Google My Business listing if you don't have a website. So, it's something you could do, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I'd recommend you also having a website to go with it. There's a couple of free ways that you can do websites. Google actually has a way of creating a free website. Again, you're not going to have the ability to do all the stuff that I've done on my websites by creating forms like I have for people to fill out. You cannot do that with free sites by adding content like videos and photos. Cannot do that. And then the big thing that I'm trying to do to drive traffic to my website and to keep people on my website is creating itineraries for people. So I created an entire itinerary for Universal. Lots of words in there, lots of keywords, so Google will recognize that, and I'll start showing up in Google search rankings more frequently. And then I've got lots of information on here that keeps people on my website. So if they're actually at the park, they can go to my website and they can see what my itinerary would be for the entire day. Like if I had a full day of Harry Potter, and if they wanted directions to a specific place, they click on this, they can see, what it's listed at on Google. They have a link to Universal's website. They can see the reviews for that attraction. And if they want directions, they hit directions right there. Google Maps pops up, and then they can see from their starting location how much they have to walk to get there. I give them their walk time. Then in addition to that, I also have a playlist that I've created on YouTube that I've been able to sync to my website, where they can see all the attractions that I've listed here in my itinerary is here. So they can watch the videos and figure out, is this really something that I want to do? Or is this maybe too intense for me or too scary for my kids? And then they know when they're looking at the itinerary over here, okay, I want to skip that. I don't want to do this. I'm going to skip to this. And they'll know that. And then I also offer to create personalized itineraries. I can create this same itinerary and just delete the stuff that they don't want to do. So they don't have to remember, okay, I forget what that ride does and what this ride does. So this is a way of keeping people on my website longer. I've got 3 full days planned out in combination of the park to park pass. Again, I've got all the videos. I've even got a thing for the writer's guide for people to download. So once you've created your Google My Business listing, then you'll definitely want to start working on a website. Again, I don't really recommend a free website because you can't do a lot with it. So I'll show you what I do. I use GoDaddy, and there's tons of other ones out there. Wix is pretty good, but I've used GoDaddy for over 6 years. I trust them. I really like their format of things. It's not perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, but it works really well for me for managing all of my websites. As you can see, I've got 4 here. And it's quick and easy to get to this. So I'll show you what it looks like when I want to edit a website. Hopefully I'm still signed in. Okay, so this is my vacationing travel agent portal on GoDaddy. And from here I can add like my social media links, which is, again, these are called like backlinks. The more of these that you have that you can list, the more of an authority Google sees as your website. So you want to add all of these. So as you can see, I still have room for improvement. I need to add my Twitter account, which really isn't my business account, but I can still add it because that's still like more authority, having more of those links. I do have a YouTube channel that I add a lot of those videos to, so I need to add that to it. You can see I can manage my website here. I can create pages. I can edit the pages. I can create forms and all sorts of stuff. So going through this process again, if you ever wanted some help, I don't mind, talking to people over the phone, giving some tips and tricks. But if you want to make this more of a full-time gig and you really want to create a nice website, and you want to know this entire process, I would, put a little plug here for me. I do business coaching as well. So if you'd like to, you can hire me to help you with a couple of these things, maybe do a couple of 1-hour sessions just to get you started. And everything that I do, it helps you to help yourself. So I'm not going to tell you things that you're dependent on me and you have to keep coming back to me. I'm going to try to set you up so that you can be successful on your own and you don't need to keep coming back to me for more and more information.